However, the word mansabdar sometimes used for all three categories. Apart from status, this classification had a significance. An Amir or an Amir-e-Umda could have another Amir or Mansabdar serve under him, but not so a Mansabdar. Thus, a person with the rank 5000 could have under him a Mansabdar up to a rank of 500 Zat, and one with a rank of 4000 could have a Mansabdar up to a rank of 400 Zat, and so on. The categories were not rigid. Persons were generally appointed at a low mansab and gradually promoted depending upon their merits and the favor of the emperor. A person could also be demoted as a mark of punishment. Thus, there was only one service including both army men and civilians. People entered service at the lowest rung of the ladder and could hope to rise up to the position of an Amir or even Amir-e-Umda. To that extent, careers were thrown open to talent. In addition to meeting his personal expenses, the Mansabdar had to maintain out of his salary a stipulated quota of horses, elephants, beasts of burden, camels and mules, and carts. Thus, Mansabdar, holding a rank of 5000, had to maintain 340 horses, 100 elephants, 400 camels, 100 mules, and 160 carts. Later, these were maintained centrally, but the Mansabdar had to pay for them out of his salary. The horses were classified into 6 categories and the elephants into 5 according to quality. The number and quality of horses and elephants being carefully prescribed. This was also because horses and elephants of high breed were greatly prized and were considered indispensable for an efficient military machine. Cavalry and elephants, in fact, formed the main basis of the army in those days. Those in the artillery were rapidly becoming more important. The transport crops was vital for making the army more mobile. For meeting these expenses, the Mughal Mansabdars were paid handsomely. A Mansabdar with the rank of 5000 could get a salary of rupees 30,000 per month, a Mansabdar of 3000 rupees 17,000, and of 1000 rupees 8,200 per month. Even a humble Sadi holding a rank of 100 could get rupees 7,000 a year. Roughly a quarter of these salaries were spent on meeting horses, the cost of transport corps. Even then, the Mughal Mansabdars formed the highest paid service in the world. Akbar kept a large body of cavalrymen as his bodyguards. He kept a big stable of horses and he also maintained a body of gentlemen troopers. They were persons of noble lineage who did not have the means of raising a contingent or were persons who had impressed the emperor. They were allowed to keep 8 to 10 horses and received a high salary of about 800 a month. They were answerable only to the emperor and had a separate muster master. These people could be compared to the knights of medieval Europe. Akbar was very fond of horses and elephants. He also maintained a strong park of artillery. Akbar was specially interested in guns. He devised detachable guns which could be carried on an elephant or a camel. There were also heavy siege guns for breaching forts. Some of these were heavy that 100 or 200 oxen and several elephants were needed to pull them. A strong park of artillery accompanied the emperor whenever he moved out of the capital. We do not know whether Akbar ever had any plans of building a navy. The lack of a strong navy remained a key weakness of the Mughal Empire. If Akbar had the time, he might have paid attention to it. He did build an efficient flotilla of war boats which he used in his eastern campaigns. Some of the boats were over 30 meters long and displaced over 350 tons. Thank you everyone for tuning in. In the next part, we'll start with organization of the government on page number 160. All the best for exams. Do share and subscribe the channel to watch more videos like this and keep supporting us. Thank you everyone.